MLB Network's coverage of Major League Baseball is on the air. Today, the finale of this quick two-game series between the Thunder and the Mounties. Who will get the better of this compelling matchup? We'll find out next on MLB Network. Alexi Salinas, the Dominican left-hander, will get the nod to start here. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, this guy's done a real good job on the year keeping the opponent's batting average down. Both righties and lefties coming into this one, hitting under 250 against this guy. He's been good all season long.
Into the box now, Brian Cannon, and the home-away splits tell us he's actually quite a bit better hitting on the road than he is at home. Here's the first pitch to him. And afternoon baseball on MLB Network is underway. Dan Dero, we take a look at our home nine as they take the field here today. They come in winners of 2 straight and looking to get things turned around in what hasn't been all that amazing a stretch for them.
Yeah, Matty V, it was a low-scoring affair. Good pitchers duel, good defense in the first game, but the home team's able to scratch it out, and they're looking for a 2-game sweep, Dan.
You know, Dero, it's never easy to sweep in any league, but boy, in a 2-game set like this, you win a nail-biter in the first one, you have to start thinking being greedy and win this one and get out of here with a clean sweep.
2 balls and a strike to count. The 2-1. Line to shortstop, and there's one away.
Batting second, the left fielder, Andrew Arellano.
At the plate, Andrew Arellano comes off an 0 for 4 in last night's ball game. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Swing and a miss on a pitch below the knees. 1 strike. Salinas has become known as a guy that's tough to take deep. So many starting pitchers find themselves snake bitten by the gopher ball, but he really limits that.
In this day and age of smaller ballparks, the ball's lively, the bats are harder. This guy does a great job of keeping the ball in the ballpark. And one of the keys, he's not predictable. He'll throw his off-speed pitches behind an account. He's really difficult to sit on just one pitch.
And there are our umpires for this one. Working balls and strikes will be Mr. Daryl Parker.
Well, Dero, Daryl Parker behind the dish, and you never really know what you're going to get from this guy.
Yeah, sometimes, and I'd hate to be mean and say he flips a coin back there because that's not the case. But as an offensive player, you have to find a consistent zone. You just can't.
Good bite to that sinker as he gets him to swing through it for out number 2. Digging in, Scott Franchise. He's definitely a long ball threat. Currently 3rd in the National League in that category.
And not surprisingly, he's also near the top of the league in slugging percentage, which means not every ball's leaving the yard. A lot of extra base hits in this guy's arsenal.
First delivery to him on the way. Down the third baseline. This gets foul. It's 0-1. But that'll get foul. It's 0-2 now. 2 out, nobody on. A swing and a shot hit down the corner, but it bends just foul into the second deck. Hit the other way out toward right field. Stevenson is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Antoine Fong is on the mound for game 2. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, we're getting a look at a real competitive pitcher here. Career ERA in the low 3s, and that's not an easy thing to do in the day and age of small ballparks and guys swinging for the fences. Rock solid pitcher, does a lot of things well, and it'll be fun to watch him work in this one here today.
Stepping in, Jerome Terry. First shot for him here as he comes in currently leading the junior circuit in hitting.
There's a lot of ways to get on base. Base hit, a walk, hit by pitch. This guy's in the top 5 on base percentage. He does a little bit of all of those things.
And a fastball misses here to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. So, guys, our visitors, as they take the field following a scoreless top half, they come in a bit of a rough patch. They've dropped 4 in a row. The 1-0 home. Looking to drop one down, but he can't make contact. 1-2. And this is swung on and missed, and the American League's leading hitter is gone on strikes. 1 away.
Boy, he's having a hard time just putting the ball in play right now. He took the hat trick with 3 strikeouts yesterday, and here's another one today. Looks to me like he just needs to simplify his approach and focus on making some contact.
At the plate, Rick Bradley, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Bradley has what you'd call elite speed. His legs are a big part of his game on both sides of the scorecard.
This is one tool, Matty, I know nothing about. I used to get to first base, hand my batting gloves to the first base coach, give daps to the first baseman and be like, yo, what's up? This guy gets on first base and he's thinking about second and third.
Again, he sends it out of play. Too much dip on the sinker, laid off for a ball. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
I got to count 2-2.
Towards second. And the off-balance throw gets him. Nice play for the out.
Batting first, the shortstop, Jason Downing.
So stepping in, Jason Downing. It was a 2-hit effort for him, including a home run in last night's game. First offering on its way.
Ball. Ball 1, no strike.
The 1-0 is taken for ball 2.
No strike.
Three and 0 now.
I'd be shocked if this wasn't a 4-pitch walk right here. He doesn't want to mess around and leave something over the heart of the plate and get beat in this situation.
And a good job there to lay off. It's ball 4 as he becomes their first base runner of the ball game now with 2 away.
Man, you hate to give up a 2-out walk to anybody, but especially to a speed demon like him. Good chance he's running here, and good luck trying to stop him.
Next will be the cleanup hitter, Hack Stevenson, man at first after the 2-out walk. From the stretch.
Hey.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Yanked high and deep down the line in right. And it's a foul ball. Here it comes, 0-2. A swing and a miss at a sinker. The strikeout retires the side. Inning is over. Now at the plate, Ian Fatty, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one.
Ian Fatty.
Pitch on the way. Popped him up. Albright is there. He's got it one away.
Batting fifth, the shortstop, Tiny Ryan.
Set to get his day started, Tiny Ryan, batting just a notch below 300 so far on the season. Now here's the pitch.
Ball. Counts 1-0.
1-0 count. Here it is.
Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Hey.
Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. Line towards center field, and that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit.
That's the game plan right there. Elevate the sinker from the offensive standpoint. That's what they talked about in the hitters meeting. And on the flip side, if the pitcher doesn't get that pitch down, there's going to be a call to the pen short.
And prior to the first pitch, he'll look to first. And he'll get dirty, but he's back in safely. Stepping in now, Adrian Esparza. And he puts it on the ground to second. Bare-handed for one. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. 4 to 6 to 3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. Through an inning and a half, no score on MLB Network. Digging in the switch hitter, Giancarlo Florival. He'll look to get something going here in this scoreless ball game.
Giancarlo Florival.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Ball 1. Florival, playing here in his age 31 season, very well could be starting the upcoming All-Star game. He currently leads all second basemen in the league in fan votes.
Hey, hats off to this guy right now. It wouldn't have been my first guess if I was thinking about who was leading at this position. But you know what? He's played very well this year, and the fans certainly have taken notice.
Fouled away. The 1-2.
Ball, that's off the plate. Count is 3-2.
He walked a guy back in the first, and now he's looking like he might hand out another free pass to the leadoff guy here. You can't be walking a guy an inning and think you're going to have any success.
Now the payoff pitch home. Hit down the third baseline, but this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. And the sinking fastball called strike 3, and that's out number 1.
Yeah, as they say, there's a hole in his swing in that location, so a good job there of exploiting that. That can be real hard for some guys to overcome when teams start figuring out what locations you just can't handle.
Standing in now, Spud Wallace. As he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. And now pitch on the way. Got him to go after that one, and he's in a quick hold. 0-2.
That's just a great pitch right there. Great execution. He just got that hitter to think that pitch was knee-high. Nasty diving out of the zone.
Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2.
2 up, 2 down on strikes in this inning. He looks really sharp out there, guys.
The designated hitter, Justin Cole.
plate now, Justin Cole, as the sinker to him finds the zone for strike one. He'll try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Hit on the ground out to short. Scooped up. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. Striding in, Saul Worthing. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Now here's the pitch. And there's ball one. Now here's a ball hit high and deep to straightaway right field. A ball that's carrying. On the warning track, he makes the catch. And with that, let's take a moment to show you what's happening in the American League's Western Division. To the plate now is the designated hitter, A.J. Valido. He drove in the other of their 2 runs last night. Here comes the first pitch. A ball and no strikes.
Ball 1, no strike.
That's 2-0 now. Third inning, no score to this point. Popped him up. Wallace over to his right. 2 down.
Batting 9, the first baseman, Corey Esparza.
So digging in now, Corey Esparza. First pitch on its way.
Yeah.
And it's fouled away. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Pops this one up. Albright has a play, and that ends the inning. Settling in now, Jermaine Albright.
The first baseman, Jermaine Albright.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Late that time for a strike.
As this game progresses, I don't think he's going to want to miss in that spot down the middle of the plate much more. It's early. They're a little less aggressive right now, so he's able to get away with it.
Here's the pitch.
Inside, ball 1.
Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. Gone. A solo shot here to left. 12 home runs for him now thus far. As they get on the board first, it's 1-0.
Well, if you're going to get your first hit of the game, you might as well do it with a bang. He thought he could squeeze one past him, but he thought wrong.
Billy Flowers.
The pitcher.
As the first pitch misses high and inside for ball one. He comes in with that average down in the 240s. 2 home runs and 11 RBIs. Swing and a miss. A little too anxious there. 1-1. Base is empty here with nobody out. Strike 2 up in the zone.
Very rarely does a pitcher like this leave one in a location like that. That's a pitch right there he'd like to have back. He'd love to swing at that one again.
And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact. And he fouls this one off. And this is swung on and missed. 5 quick strikeouts now, and that's your first out of the inning.
The batter.
Digging in for his second at bat, Jerome Terry. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Third baseman in tight, protecting the bunt, the first pitch. And that misses for ball 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Pitch swung on and hit in the air toward the line and right. Franchise is over near the line now as he makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, left fielder, Rick Bradley.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Rick Bradley. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Yeah, I understand that, Matty, but this guy's got burner wheels down the first base line. I don't think he even concerns himself with that. He has to put it on the ground. That's part of what makes him successful.
Now the 1-0. Runs a bit inside for a ball. Too tight with that one. 3-0. Now pitch on the way. And he looks at ball 4 now. So he's aboard, and you always have to worry about the threat of the steal when he's on base.
The batter, number 3, shortstop, Jason Downing.
Now at the plate, Jason Downing. He drew a walk his first time up. He's set, and the pitch. Hit sharply on the ground. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
Nice execution right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in, kept his hands inside the baseball, and ripped the base hit up the middle.
If you're a pitcher right there, you can't get discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch, the ball's going to find a hole somewhere. That one right up the middle.
In now, Hack Stevenson. As he'll take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1. 2 on, 2 out for him here in the third. Ready with the 0-1. Strike swinging, timing a little off on that one.
Hey, down in the count 0-2, I'd like to see a little choke and poke right here. Maybe work it up the middle or opposite field with 2 strikes.
A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will retire the side. So 1 run on 2 hits, with the big blow being the home run. No errors, and 2 left. On now to the top of inning number 4. The Mounties lead it 1-0. Leading off the inning, Brian Cannon, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up. First pitch of the at-bat. 1-0 delivery. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. The pitch. Breaking ball snaps in there for a called strike 2.
I know to the fans that probably looked like something good to hit, but unless you're sitting breaking ball right there, I don't care if it's middle of the plate. That's a tough pitch to pull the trigger on.
Hard sinker misses. 2-2. Takes this the other way to right. And a base hit, so early trouble to lead off the inning.
You take a look at the numbers up to this point, you see he's only given up 2 hits so far today, so he's been hitting his spots all game long. Remains to be seen if he can keep that shutout intact going forward, but I'm not betting against him.
At the plate, Andrew Arellano, as the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball. 1-0. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Runner goes for second. Pitch is a called strike. The throw is going to be far too late. That's a stolen base.
We all know this team is struggling right now. They're on a losing streak, so when that's the case, sometimes you need to be a little bit more aggressive and try to put some pressure on your opponents. Stolen bases are a good way of doing that, so we'll see if it pays off on the scoreboard for him right now.
Grounder down the line at third. Both teams with just 2 hits apiece thus far. Grounded weakly toward third. Reined in. And the throw to first is in time. 1 gone.
The right fielder, number 16, Scott Franchise.
Striding into the box, Scott Franchise, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Fastball over the outside, but in there for a strike.
Don't expect too many more high fastballs in this one. He is known for his sinker, keeping the ball on the ground.
1 out and a runner on second base. Off the outside that time as the breaking ball can't catch the zone.
Ball,
2-1. From the belt, the pitch. Well above the letters with the fastball that time.
No pitcher likes to take the count to 3-2, especially when you throw a non-competitive pitch like that on 2-2. That one wasn't even close.
Another full count pitch home. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Terry is back, and he'll get there to make the play for route number 2.
Now back, the catcher, Ian Fatty.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Ian Fatty, runner in scoring position with Surgan. First pitch on its way.
Ball 1. Ball 1, no strike.
Ready with the 1-0. Easy take there as the off-speed pitch misses well inside.
Now you can see he's working around this guy right here. Why not? First base is open. Walk wouldn't be the worst thing in this spot.
Cannon stands at second with 2 gone. called a strike on the inside part of the plate. 2-1. Well thrown sinker that time, down but in the strike zone. Two and two. Here it is. Line drive to center field. Terry is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. Ready for another chance? Giancarlo Florival. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, always frustrating to go down looking. Everybody does it, though. You'll have a few ABs where you get completely fooled. Look for him to be on the attack early in the at-bat.
High in the air down the right field line. But this will wind up being a foul ball. Sinker. 1 ball, 1 strike. Two and one. Now the 2-1 pitch. Will not catch the zone. Ball 3.
Call didn't go his way on 2-1, but it's important here on 3-1 to still make a quality pitch. You have to have the mindset that you're still the one in the driver's seat.
And that misses for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk that starts the bottom of the 4th.
That leadoff walk is a great way to start this inning when you're looking to pad the lead. Could be the beginning of good things here in this half inning.
Ready now, Spud Wallace comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Prior to the at-bat, a check on first, and he'll get back in safely. And again a throw, and he'll dive back in. Here comes the first pitch. And he lays off there, 1-0. Nobody out, runner on first. There's a cut fastball that time that runs in a bit too tight, and it's 2-0 now.
You can see this guy's more focused at the plate right now. In that first AB, he went down on strikes.
2-0 count. The pitch is swung on and missed, and that's strike 1. The 2-1. Runners off for second. In there. Now the throw. Skips in and he's safe. Close play, but he's in there.
Well, they threw over there multiple times thinking he was going to try to swipe that bag, so they were onto him, but he just waited it out and took off when he had the chance. Nice job of base running there.
The 2-2 is laid off, and the count runs full.
Well, I think this is the kind of approach they need against such a prolific starter. You can't count on putting up a lot of runs, so getting him out of the game has to be the priority. Working at bats, full counts, running up the pitch count is a great way of doing that.
And he struck him out, so he's down on strikes for the second time this afternoon.
Hey, I'm not sure what he was sitting on right there. Might have been sitting on an off-speed pitch, but instead he gets the fastball way late, had no chance to put that ball in play.
To the plate now, Justin Cole. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Down the third baseline, but this will get foul for strike 2. Runner at second here with one man out. Is put in play to the right side of the infield. Fielded cleanly. Throw in time at first for out number 2.
Now batting, the first baseman, Jermaine Albright.
Trying to pick things up where he left off, Jermaine Albright. He went deep in his first at-bat. We'll see what he's got in store for us here.
And that's been the entire offense so far in this one. They've been shut down other than that.
Here's the first pitch to him.
Hey, he's got great feel for that pitch right there. He can throw it anytime he wants for a strike.
A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2. 2 outs here with a runner at third. Can't quite get the low outside corner there. It's 1-2. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. One and two. Here it is. He struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. Leading off the inning, Tiny Ryan, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Tiny Ryan.
50th pitch of the game on its way. Slider gets the outside. That's a strike. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. Now here's the pitch. A ball and 2 strikes now. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Grounded down the third baseline, but this is going to be a foul ball as that keeps things at 2-2. The pitch. And that one never threatened the zone. It's gone full now to 3-2.
Hey, throwing the ball great up until this point. Don't want to allow a leadoff walk. Needs to just focus in on his mechanics right here.
Skied into straightaway right. Stevenson is there to put it away for out number 1.
Now batting, third baseman, Adrian Esparza.
Stepping up now, Adrian Esparza. First pitch on its way. Skied into straightaway right. Stevenson back in plenty of time to put this away, however, and there are 2 gone. So with the fly out there coming on the fastball, seems like an appropriate time to check out our pitch speed comparison for these 2 starters. And boy, which of those 2 numbers leap out at you there? How about the 100? My goodness. At the plate, Saul Worthing. He flew out in his last at bat. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Looked to be a sinker there, up in the zone a bit, but called the strike. Lifted in the air to center field. Terry is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Now batting, Billy Flowers, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here.
Well, this isn't his more accomplished side. As a general rule, he's a much better hitter from the right side, but they're looking for him to come through here, swinging the bat left-handed.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1.
At the ball.
Line shot to first, and there's one away.
Now batting, center fielder, Jerome Terry.
Ready once again, Jerome Terry. First pitch coming, here it is. Runs up and gets this one down. And he won't take any chances on that one, as this is scooped away in foul territory for the first strike. Trying to bunt his way on base here, but this will roll foul. So far on the year, Terry is hitting over 350, up in the high 300s.
You want to talk about having a career season, Matty. This guy's batting average is through the roof, one of the best in the business, and maybe more importantly, his OPS is through the roof as well, which means he's doing it with damage.
So we got him swinging. Jerome Terry becomes out number 2 this inning. So now to the plate, Rick Bradley. As he'll come up empty that time on a sinker. It's strike 1. It was a walk in his last trip. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1.
You know he's probably cheating on that inside pitch after he got jammed earlier. If you're on the mound right now, you want to try to hit that outside corner, and there's a pretty good chance you'll get him to roll over something.
1-1 is swung on and missed, and that's strike 2.
Wow, that was an ugly swing right there, and that tells us all we need to know. Nobody's picking the baseball up off this guy.
And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ball game, and the inning is over. Now to the plate, A.J. Valido. He'll start things out in the 6th for a lineup that really hasn't found its groove in this one.
Yeah, only 2 hits so far, Matt, and not very many hard hit balls either. We'll see if they can start making some adjustments.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. The windup and the 0-1. Outside for a ball, 1-1. Turned on that one and crushed it. Just pulled it a little foul. Now he turns and smokes this one into deep center field. Terry has to roam straight back, but he has it for the first out.
Boy, talk about hitting into some rough luck. That was an absolute bullet to the outfield that gets caught, and he would have represented a tying run.
Stepping into the box, Corey Esparza. His last at-bat didn't go his way as he popped out in foul territory.
Yeah, Matt, he's got to make an adjustment right here. His swing definitely broke down, dropped his back shoulder, and thus the result was a terrible pop-up foul.
A ball and a strike.
Man, this guy's in a good groove right now. 7 straight retired. He's locked in.
1 out, nobody on. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
Boy, that's one of the toughest pitches to lay off. A hard breaking ball at the back foot. Tough take on a terrific pitch.
Hit hard down the left field line. But this will be foul. The 2-2. Well, it's been a good outing so far, but he hasn't really racked up the strikeout totals that you might think, Dan.
Yeah, but for him, Matt, he's more of a pitch-to-contact kind of guy, and obviously it's working so far, and the way he pitches, it really keeps his pitch count down.
And he takes ball 4, so a good job out of the 9-hole in getting on base as we go back to the top of the order.
Well, he loses them there, but that's just the first walk he's given up, along with a couple of hits, so his command has been pretty solid so far.
So the lineup flips over and digging in, Brian Cannon. He singled his last time up. Throw over to the bag, back in standing. Here comes the first pitch. It's a high fly ball headed for the left field corner. If it stays fair, it's gone. And that nearly would have gotten him on the board. Instead, it's a long foul ball. Here's a look over to first, and he'll get back in standing. Runners on first with 1 down.
Nope.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike. And there he goes towards second. Pitch misses low. The throw down. Bounces, but he's out. Nice play there to pick the throw and put the tag on quickly. Now the 2-1 pitch. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. The 2-2. Two out, nobody on. Turned on down the line, but a foul ball as it holds it 2-2.
You know, taking you inside the mind of a batter right here, you can't get in auto swing mode. You still have to control the strike zone.
Don't quite know where that one missed, but it's not for me to decide. 3-2.
What we're seeing here is a really smart at-bat. They got to be thinking the man on the mound is getting a little short on gas, so when you go up there and make him throw a bunch of pitches, you're more likely to get a good pitch to hit.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. Bottom of the 6th inning now, and that'll bring forth the slugging shortstop, Jason Downing. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And he takes a cold strike, 0-1. And boy, they're really giving him fits inside now as he can't get extended there, and it's 0-2 now. And this is popped up near second base. Ryan waits on it, and that's the first out of the inning.
The batter, the right fielder, Pat Stevenson.
Into the box now, Hack Stevenson. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Fouled off. Bases are empty, one man out. And here's a pitch inside, and that got him.
This is a perfect example of why the slider is such a great pitch and such a dangerous pitch, too. Sometimes it moves so much that you just lose control of it. This one runs way too far in, and the hitter is standing on first as a result.
Now at the plate, Giancarlo Florival. He'll swing it from the left side right here.
Very difficult to be a switch hitter in baseball today. Without question, the more comfortable side being from the right side. So he's going to have his work cut out for him here, hitting left-handed.
Throw over to first, and he just manages to get his hand in. The 1-0. A swing and a miss, strike one.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Same pitch that time, the sinker, but it looked like he made a good adjustment with it.
Yeah, Matt, that's a great point. Released it from out front much better that time. I just think he wasn't real happy with the first one he threw, so he wanted to get the feel back for it.
Outside, 2-1. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball.
He drilled the previous batter, and now he falls behind 3-1 to this guy. The last thing you can do, though, is throw a fastball middle of the plate right here.
Now a move over to first, and a dive, but he's back in there. The 3-1 pitch. That's lifted the other way out to left. Arellano is there to put it away, and the runner will be forced to retreat back to first.
The third baseman, number 99, Bud Wallace.
So striding in, Spud Wallace. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Comes set with the 0-1.
Nope, that's inside.
A runner on first with 2 away. Sinker misses that time, and it's 2-1.
Couple strikeouts early in the game, but he's done a much better job in this at-bat trying to get ahead and put himself in a good hitter's count.
Now the 2-1 pitch.
Full count.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. Lots of possible outcomes on this pitch.
Grounder down the line at third. And this will stay inside the third base bag. A fair ball. Stevenson rounds third and is digging for the plate. Is in time, and he's cut down at the plate as they team up to gun him down. In now, Andrew Arellano. He'll start the 7th, and Dan, as a former pitcher yourself, you must be enjoying this. Lots of good pitching and defense today.
Well, that's one of the keys. We're seeing a lot of strikes. We're seeing a lot of swings. We're seeing some great plays on defense. This has been a snappy one up to this point.
Here's the first pitch to him.
1-0.
Now some action out in the bullpen as a lefty and a right-hander begin throwing. In there, and it's even at 1. And they'll come back with 1 in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now. And now a pitch on the way. Skied into straightaway right. Stevenson is there, and he makes the catch for the out.
The right fielder, number 16, Scott Franchise.
Digging in now, Scott Franchise. Now here it comes. This is line to left. Bradley is right there as he'll put it away without much problem for the second out.
The batter, the catcher, Ian Fatty.
So striding forward now, Ian Fatty. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And he takes ball 1. Now a pitch runs in on him here, and all he can do is flare one foul off to the right side. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he'll come back with 1 in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now. And this one's going to bounce up to the plate. An easy take there, and it's 3-1 now.
Team's been struggling on offense. Let your D work for you right here. Pound the zone.
Now the pitch. Hit the other way out toward right field. Stevenson is going to have room out there as he puts this away to retire the side.
Traditional 7th-inning stretch.
Jason Blake gets the call from the pen to take over on the mound and start the home 7th. Last half of the 7th here, and standing in is the DH, Justin Cole.
Justin Cole.
First offering on its way. Blake playing here in his age 29 season. He's a 5-year vet at the major league level. Fouled away. And he'll come back with 1 in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now. Yeah, we see a lefty and a right-hander start to loosen up in the bullpen. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Looks like he swung it underwater that time for strike 2. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
Well, we'll see a lot of these power arms coming out of the bullpen in these days, but it doesn't make it any less impressive to me. I love watching guys come in and blow smoke right by guys.
Stepping in now, Jermaine Albright, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. swing and a miss. It's 0-2. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
Well, this pitching staff has done a pretty good job right there. That's the 4th time he struck out, and we're only in the 2nd game of this series.
Standing in now, Billy Flowers. Yes, he'll take a look at ball 1. 0 for 2 for him to this point. Looks at a sinker there that drops in 1-1. One and two now as that one's fouled off. Two out, nobody on. Down the first baseline. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. So nothing happening this time around. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. The Mounties lead this one 1-0. Darrell Pickett has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Pickett.
Ready to begin the 8th, and stepping in as the veteran shortstop, Tiny Ryan.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Tries to drop one down here, but he misses. Strike 2. Pickett, playing here in his age 34 season. He's a 15-year Major League vet, so it's been quite the career for him.
Yeah, Matty, this guy has had an amazing career. And you know what? It's a testament to how hard he's worked, the changes he's had to make. This is a game of adjustments. You don't hang around this long if you're not prepared to make some adjustments along the way.
Ready with another 0-2. Changes up on him there, but it's 1-2.
Man, this guy's a grinder. Fouls off good pitches and doesn't seem to swing at the ones just off the corner. This guy's a pitcher's nightmare.
Tried to shoot the corner and he missed it. 2-2. Now here it comes. Liner toward right center. But this will not elude the right fielder's grasp as he ranges over to handle it for the first out. And there's a final look at the numbers for the starter in this one. It was a really nice day on the mound for him.
Yeah, he looked really dialed in from start to finish. This is the kind of outing you hope for every time you go out there. So I think he'll feel pretty good about the effort he put forth in this one.
Into the box, Adrian Esparza. As he swings and misses at a first pitch fastball, 0-1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Now a curveball misses inside. Swung on, but fouled off to the left.
Not surprised he's laid on a heater right there. Just saw an off-speed pitch. Wanted to stay back a little bit too long.
And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
He might have to look for a different way to put this guy away on 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times, so he might be looking for it.
Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. this is swung on and missed. Two are quickly retired to start inning number 8. Very tight ball game so far. 1-0 the score as we take a look at our starter comparison. And both guys have given excellent performances to this point. Stepping up to the plate, Saul Worthing. First pitch coming. Here it is. Hard liner to center field. Terry is there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. So the batting order turns over now and set to go Jerome Terry. He'll lead things off here in this one-run contest.
Terry.
And the pitch. The 1-0 is high and outside for a ball.
2 balls, no strikes.
Had him hacking at the 2-0 change, and it's back to 2-1. Now here's the pitch. Over at the knees, and that's the second strike. Three and 2 now.
Every base runner in a close game like this really matters, so you can't afford to be giving out free passes this late.
Skied into straightaway right. Franchise is over to his left as he snags this one for the first out of the inning.
Now batter, no left fielder, Rick Bradley.
Digging in to try it again, Rick Bradley. First pitch of the at-bat. Bit of an ill-advised swing that time as that ball got in on him. On the ground to the right side. And that is through into right field for a single.
The pitcher got the result he was looking for. Change up down in the zone, gets him to hit it on the ground, but obviously the result wasn't what he wanted.
Downing.
At the plate, Jason Downing. A ball and no strikes. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. And they pitch out here, but nothing's happening. Ball 2. He's running. That's a strike. The throw down is well behind the play. That's an easy stolen base.
90 feet is a big deal when you're talking about a one-run game, so that's a little risky. But hey, sometimes you have to be aggressive and force the other team to stop you.
A bouncer up the middle. He's got it. And an off-balance throw is in time as he takes one away. Wow. Stepping into the box, Hack Stevenson. He's got to be looking for vengeance after getting plunked in his last at-bat.
Yeah, guys, well, maybe that's going to wake him up a little bit. Maybe he needed some extra motivation to square one up and get out of the slump he's been in.
Looking to keep this a one-run game. The pitch. And a first pitch knuckle curve is a called strike. 0-1. Oh-1 count. The pitch.
0-1. 1-1.
Men on third with 2 down. And that one misses badly. It's ball 2. A little early, and now it's even at 2-2. Even at 2-2. The pitch. Hit Weekly back to the mound. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. Evan Reynolds comes out of the bullpen to shut things down here in the ninth.
Evan Reynolds.
Striding in to start the ninth, A.J. Valido, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up. Outfield in the no doubles defense, now the first pitch. And we kick off the ninth inning with a swinging strike here, 0-1. Left side of the infield into the shift. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the ninth inning gets underway.
The first baseman, number 7, Corey Esparza.
Into the box, Corey Esparza. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball 1. And a fastball swung on and hit to second. On to first, and they're an out away. 2 gone here in the ninth.
The batter, number 22, second baseman, Brian Cannon.
Standing in, Brian Cannon. He got called out on strikes his last time through.
Yeah, Matty, and hopefully he got it out of his system. Especially now, he's got to bear down. He gets the 2 strikes in this spot, has to put the ball in play.
In there, 0-1. 1-run game here in the top of the ninth. Swing and a miss, and they're up against it now as they're down to their final strike of the afternoon. Well, I think his eyes lit up when he saw that pitch coming up at his eye level.
Yeah, good luck. But hey, a high fastball all of a sudden becomes really dangerous for a pitcher if it's not spotted above the zone. A little height difference makes all the difference.
Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. And now this crowd, a bit over 30,000 strong, comes to their feet. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Wow, that's a rarity. A 1-0 game in baseball these days. Both of these pitchers pitched awfully well. It's a shame one of them had to lose this game.
A single run good enough to do it today. 1-0 the final score. Canada led this game from the 3rd inning on and never wavered. Alexi Salinas earns win number 7 on the season as he finishes 7 innings with only 2 hits allowed. Antoine Fong struck out 10 in the losing effort. Evan Reynolds wraps it up for the save, his 3rd of the campaign. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney down on the field, and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. Thanks for watching MLB Network.
Here now is our final line score. First for your victorious home team, 1 run, 4 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base. For the visitors, no runs on only 2 hits, no errors. They left 2 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 20 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.